Thank you, Kathy, for this kind introduction. And on behalf of all the Nokia Bell Labs researchers, on behalf of my co-president Thierry Klein and myself, a warm welcome to this big celebration. The fact that so many distinguished guests make time to come here and celebrate with us is a testimony to the importance of the big innovations during a century with real impact on humanity. For Thierry and myself, it's an honor to be the joint presidents of Nokia Bell Labs at this time. It's humbling to be the custodian of this prestigious research institute. And there is a responsibility to carry this unique research culture, this ability to deliver groundbreaking innovation with real measurable impact on society, to bring that forward to the next generation. This is not only a celebration of the past 100 years. We're also putting the spotlight on the groundbreaking research that we do today and how we aspire to shape the next 100 years. But before, and I mentioned the word research culture, research DNA. When we talk about DNA, DNA is really conceived at the time of the conception. So let's go back in time before the creation of Bell Labs. Take 1905, AT&T. AT&T started to feel the pressure of regional operators, the competition. The first patents started to expire and something needed to be done. And they had this vision of a differentiation value proposition of a nationwide network. But coast-to-coast communication was not possible. That was a real hard problem to solve, and they realized they could not solve it just by tinkering with linear research. You need foundational, in-house, long-term research to solve for this very hard problem. And they hired a couple of physics people, network systems people, material scientists, so they embraced it as a multidisciplinary approach. They went in a nonlinear way, disruptive. They embraced the technology. Justin, you mentioned it already, vacuum amplifiers. That was the brand new thing at the day. And they went into the physics of it, the understanding of it, and they solved for the problem in a multidisciplinary way. And in 1915, the first coast-to-coast communication was possible. And this story is important because it tells you that the DNA, the signature of our research DNA is right there. Solving a real-world problem, go after it in a non-disruptive way, embrace the fundamentals of science to fully understand the problem and find a solution, embrace multiple disciplines under the same roof, and there's a fifth one, previous speakers also already mentioned it, the curiosity to learn and to expand more. Frank Jewett, who was on that research team, became the first president of Bell Labs in 1925. And that curiosity is embodied by Clinton Davidson. He was curious about the quantum properties of electrons, and he was the first to prove the duality, the wave-particle duality. And that was the first Nobel Prize. So the ingredients of our research in DNA were right there at the conception. And this mindset of solving hard, real-world problems have served us well for 100 years, with real impact on humanity, and it served the mother company as well, AT&T, then Lucent Technologies, then Alcatel-Lucent, and present-day Nokia, to remain technology leaders, to transform the business, to remain competitive, and remain market leaders. And it is really amazing what Nokia Bell Labs has achieved in the past 100 years. I like to do it this way. This cell phone has 10 billion of the transistors invented here at Bell Labs in 1947. Cellular networks, also invented here in 1947, same year as a transistor. Unix, the basis of the operating system. Neural networks, the basis of AI. The CCD camera, all invented here at Bell Labs. It's hard to imagine modern day life without the contributions of Bell Labs. And this has led to many other innovations and also to many awards, Turing Awards, Nobel Prize Awards, several of them here as guests of honor in the room. These past innovations are an inspiration for what we want to work on and how we want to work on shaping the future. As Nokia Bell Labs, we have a dual mission. We need to secure the longevity of our core business, the networks, but we also need to help the company to grow into new areas, adjacencies with new technologies, new business models. And the various topic areas that we work on have already been mentioned by previous speakers. Artificial intelligence, the revolutionary technology of the day. We've been working on this already for several decades. Before ChatGPT became a thing, we already had Nokia language models. Some of you saw this morning industrial GPT, our work on large world models. We also work on what AI can mean for the network across all the layers of the stack. Nishan mentioned our research on topological qubit, the transistor for the future quantum computer. But we're also working on quantum networks, quantum security. Then sensing. Thanks to the massive scale deployment of sensors, networked to AI capabilities, we have a better understanding of the physical world. We are fusing the digital world with the physical world, and we are making the interaction of humans intuitive with both worlds. And in this way, we augment our capability to predict, to plan, to augment our productivity, efficiency, and safety. Of course, we also continue to work on foundational technologies. Network for the 6G era, from 2030 to 2040. Not only mobile networks, also optical networks. The rise of AI, we predict an increase of traffic up to 100x. That's nothing to sneeze at. You need groundbreaking breakthroughs to solve for that problem and meet that capacity demand without energy consumption or cost going up. And then we also work on future network systems, software systems. We call it UNext, inspired by Unix. There's an intentional note there. Creating a unified networking experience. And then last but not least, we literally do things out of this world. Justin already mentioned it. The real world problem there, or the real moon problem there, is interconnectivity of astronauts, robots, sensors on the moon to support the future lunar economy. But we're also doing research, other space communication research, such as optical satellite to ground and satellite to satellite communication at fiber-like speeds, or integrating the future satellite network with the 6G network in a seamless way. So the past 100 years and the role models of Nobel Prize winners, Turing Awards, and so many other luminaries are inspiring us to work on the hard problems for the next century. Thank you.